Hello and welcome to our Q&A session today where we are going to tackle the question, what is the IT impact on value creation? And before we start, just let me know if you can hear me clearly and just type in the comments yes, and then I know we are all set. Super. Thank you very much, and awesome to have you here. And let's get started because we're going to have around 30 minutes for our brown bag session maximum. So first I want to tackle the question you had. What impact does your IT have on your company's value creation? And I asked over 100 CTOs, IT leaders, what is their most pressable questions they are currently facing? And that question come on top. And we're going to tackle this question in three ways. First of all, we are going to talk about what is this and why is it so important? So why is it important and what are the impacts if this question is ignored? And secondly, we're going to talk about what, and I will give you three mental models you can use immediately to change your mindset on this topic. And third, I'm going to talk about what you can now actually do. And I'm going to show you also some pictures from real life companies and teams who are already applying those things. And this will take roughly 10 to 15 minutes, and then we will have time for your questions. And so please use the comments wherever you're seeing me currently live. Good. So my name is Sven, and I'm the founder of the IT consulting boutique Ulassa, and we support IT teams to unlock their potential and empower those teams with workshops, team mentoring, or our tools. And return on investment is typically 428% in the first year, but you can relax. This is not going to be sales pitch or sales webinar. I'm just here to support you with your most pressable question, because maybe you're only one answer away from an empowered team. So let's get started. And I will share my screen because I'm going to scribble a little bit so you can relax and follow my thought process. And I'm going to share this window. Yes, and now you should see them. So first, we are going to tackle those three areas. So we're going to talk about why this question is important and what are the costs if it's ignored. Secondly, we're going to talk about what you can do and three mental models you can immediately apply. And then we're also going to talk about the how, actionable things you can immediately do in your team and to improve the impact you are creating. Good. So why is this important? Often when I come into companies, the IT department is seen as a cost center instead of a strategic asset. And you can just imagine how this is for you. And that's crazy to think about, because we in the IT department, we have such a huge leverage. So IT cost center. And that's really crazy because we have such a great leverage with technology and especially in this current environment where we have AI and automation and digitalization. As topics. And the problem is when the IT department is seen as a cost center, then we want to limit the investments. And that does not only apply into technology, but also into people. And this is often highly frustrating. So to get this low recognition and low motivation. And actually, it's no wonder that we see studies and surveys showing that currently 87% of people are not engaged at work in Europe, and also leading into people wanting to leave their job. And actually that's 32% are currently searching a new job. And just imagine your IT team, 1/3 of your IT department is looking for a different job. And that's a big problem because we are knowledge workers, so there's a lot of intrinsic knowledge in the people's heads. And so now we know that this is an important question to tackle, because we are not only a cost center, but we are value creators and we are enabling the business to thrive. So that's what we want to change. And now I want to give you 3 simple mental models. And when I give my workshops on how to create and lead high performance IT teams, I talk about 3 pillars of high performance teams, and they are transparency, inspect, and adapt. So everything we do, we're trying to get into how can we make things more transparent? How can we inspect things to then adapt and improve? So it's about the continuous improvement. And we're just building a house. So what is also important is the foundation of every house. And here the foundation, they are values and principles. So have good values and principles in place. So that's the first mental model. The second mental model is the difference between output versus outcome. Because we all know that we have enough things to do. And now we want to change this and see with what can we create the most outcome. And for this, in my workshops, I'm always showing a bunch of bills I have collected from my around the world trips, and I'm throwing them up, and then I say like, yeah, each bill represents one now I'm looking for the bill I want to show you, because there's only one bill I want to pick up, and that's the 500 euro bill, which is right here. So that's what we want to have. We want to have big impact, and when every bill is only one project we have a capacity limit in each team. But then we should focus on the most valuable things, the biggest impact. So that's the second model. And the third model is the 3 intrinsic motivators. So money is an extrinsic motivator, that's right, but we are knowledge workers, so probably we are paid enough that this is not an issue anymore. But what are people intrinsically motivated? And Dan Pink came up with 3 things what are people motivating, and it's autonomy, mastery, and purpose. So in your action, think about, like, does that increase the autonomy in the team? Does that increase the mastery in your team? Does that increase the purpose, or is the purpose clear? Because you as an IT leader are there to explain to your team, what's the purpose of our department? Why do we exist? Good. So now we have clear what's in your head, and those 3 models will highly help you. But now we want to apply this with actionable things you can immediately bring into your team. And the first thing is to have a business value workshop. And for this, you invite the key stakeholders and you invite the most important team members, or the whole team, and you have your projects all listed. And normally we play this on a table, and I will show you some pictures later on so you get an idea. And the result is that we have the projects lined up with the least business value and the highest business value. And this will help us to create prioritized backlogs, because every team has a capacity limit. So maybe their capacity is to do 3 projects in parallel. And then you will always know, okay, those are the 3 most important ones. So business value workshop helps massively in creating transparency. It helps in aligning and to see the purpose of our work as well. Good. Second one is to have daily check-ins to create this alignment on the goals with your IT team as well. So we want to have check-ins, and it's about team alignment on the goals and the purpose. And here again, it's about self-organizing the team. It's not a status report, it's a check-in, and it helps with autonomy. And that's what we want to get. We want to have self-organized teams, because we know they are the knowledge experts, and they can help us create massive value with their creativity. Good. And then we also want to have alignment on our goals. So here, for example, the model of objective and key results are very important, because then your alignment between your strategic goals and the operational IT teams becomes much clearer and transparent again. And we want to have this alignment because I love this in the book from Measure What Matters from John Doerr. Highly recommend this book. And in this book, Andy Grove, which was a leading CEO at Intel back at that time, when they created the OKRs, and one question was important for him. It was, how can we define and measure the output by knowledge workers? And they found that the OKRs are very important to create this transparency and alignment as well. So OKRs are very helpful in creating transparency and focusing on the outcome and purpose. And then again, on the team side, we want to see retrospectives where the team can reflect their work and start their journey on continuous improvement. Super. Now I want to share some pictures, and please feel free to type in your questions you're having, and we will thank you. And then I will go on to show you some pictures of teams around the world who are using those things what I just showed you. So this picture shows a business value workshop, and we had over 160 small projects, and we had the IT, the business people there, key stakeholders who were part of this, and we also had the IT people. And this workshop was amazing because the result was like, can we do this more often, and why haven't we done it before? Because it helped with the alignment and understanding what's actually value for the organization. And for them it was impact, value, and wow factor, but for every organization it will be different. Cool. And the result was a prioritized team backlog where it was easy for the team members to understand, okay, this is of highest value, and we can just focus on how we are going to implement it. And that was their daily team check-in, where they got a team alignment on what to work on and are we focusing on the right things. So the goal was always to plan their day. And then it's also very important to have those weekly alignments between IT and business to understand each other much better, what creates that value. And OKRs, for example, could be a very important thing to use. And then also bi-weekly, every 2 weeks, we had an IT team retrospective where we were reflecting on the processes we were doing, and also think, how can we improve? What are our bottlenecks? What are the things what engages us the most, empowers us, and then focus on improving things. Good. If there's no more question, then just feel free to grab a coffee with me. And if you have more questions, it's a 10-minute espresso talk you can have. And then I hope you enjoyed your lunch session, and I wish you an awesome day ahead. And if you have any more questions, just put it into the comments or write me an email, and I will happy to share. And then we will also put in a new session, a new Q&A session with me, and answer your most pressable questions. So now I wish you an enjoyable and productive time. Bye.